London in the late 1800s was a city of extremes. On one side, you had the grand mansions of the wealthy, men and women dressed in silks, attending the opera and dining on fine meals. But only a few miles away, deep in the East End, you would find a completely different world. This was Whitechapel, a district overflowing with poverty, filth, and desperation. Narrow alleys twisted through cramped neighborhoods, where entire families lived in single rooms, and many had no choice but to sleep in filthy lodging houses or on the street. The stench of unwashed bodies, horse manure, and rotting food hung in the air. Crime thrived in this place, from pickpockets to violent gangs, and for women, survival often meant turning to prostitution for a few pennies a night. It was here, in this environment of suffering, that one of history's most infamous killers would strike. His name would become legend, whispered in fear and written in bold headlines that sold newspapers across the world. But at the start, he was simply a faceless predator moving through the fog. No one could have imagined that the terror he brought would echo for more than a century. The year was 1888. Life in Whitechapel had always been hard, but now it was about to be shaken by a series of brutal murders. On the morning of August 31st, 1888, a woman named Marian Nichols, known as Polly to her friends, was found dead. Marian was 43 years old, with a life marked by hardship. She had once been married and had children, but alcohol and poverty had driven her into the streets. She often sought shelter in lodging houses, paying 4 pence for a night's bed when she could, or sleeping outside when she couldn't afford it. That night she had been turned out of a lodging house because she had no money. She promised she would earn some soon and return. Hours later, at about 3:40 in the morning, a carman named Charles Cross discovered her body on Bucks Row. At first he thought she was just a drunk woman lying in the street, but as he looked closer, he realized something was horribly wrong. Marian Nichols lay on her back, her skirt pulled up. Her throat had been slashed so deeply that her head was nearly severed from her body. When the police and doctor arrived, they discovered more horrors. She had been stabbed repeatedly in the abdomen. The ferocity of the attack stunned them. Whoever had done this was not just killing. He was mutilating. The discovery of Polly Nichols' body shocked the people of Whitechapel. Murders were not unheard of in the East End, but this was different. The sheer brutality of it felt almost inhuman. The police began their investigation, but the dark alleys of Whitechapel held many secrets.